Hello friends, this is Ricky Chandra from Astro Healer. See, today's video, there has been too much of an effort which is gone not only by me, by my colleagues, my mentors, a few of the people whom I normally discuss astrology on day-to-day basis. So it took us a long time to compile this topic, because it's going to be a very big transit, a very important transit of Rahu and Ketu from the sign of Taurus getting into the sign of Aries. See, we have to understand that Rahu and Ketu has got two transit. One is known as a true transit and the other is a mean transit. Now, most of the astrologers today, we go for the mean transit, and there are many, yes, we agree that they go for the true transit also. And if we talk about true transit, then it has already taken place on the 12th of March. But if we talk about the mean transit, which is more authentic, in fact, is on the 12th of April. Anyway, now, all this time, Rahu and Ketu were in the axis of Taurus and Scorpio. And we know last two transit of Rahu, when it was in Gemini, then it went to Taurus. What we have encountered, what we have seen, whether we talk about COVID, we talk about other things as well. Also, when we were compiling this video, we thought of let us understand when Rahu was in the same position, which means it was last in the year 2003 to 2005 in the same sign Aries, which transit will take place very soon. What were the events that occurred? Because when we look at the past history, it gives us enough subject knowledge that what can we foresee. And when we say these are predictions, see, all the predictions may not go accurate, because we have to understand that, Nostradamus also had predicted so many things, but it never, many of the events took place, many didn't. Because there is always some blessings that also saves us from many calamities in life. But nonetheless, it's let us go and check in the video what is there or what has happened in the past, so we can get a clear, holistic picture of what can we encounter, what can we expect when Rahu, which has actually already started in the sign of Aries if we look at the true Rahu position, and Ketu has moved into the sign of Libra. So let us understand that. So April 2003 to March 2005, this was the time when Rahu and Ketu were in the same axis of Aries and Libra. The events that took place, we have compiled it now. So, Iraq was invaded by Saddam. Invaded, and then Saddam was killed. Saddam Hussein was killed. In 2004, Ukraine presidential election triggered the political crisis. Again, Ukraine is there in the picture. You must have, if you try to recollect, there was a bird flu spread across 10 Asian countries or regions. There were some 331 deaths in Russia by militants. Similarly, we have also encountered in 2004, a tsunami causing huge damage. European Union members saw an unprecedented 10 new countries, with many that joined NATO. Now this is very interesting. Aries is the first sign, which means in the natural horoscope it is the first house which talks about an image. Facebook was launched when Rahu was in the same position. In 2005, North Korea went nuclear. China made an anti-secession law for Taiwan. There was an earthquake that rocked Indonesia and Sumatra with a magnitude of 8.7. See, we have removed all this information. This was the fourth strongest earthquake since 1965. First YouTube video went live. This was the event. If we see at the global level, we saw the launching of Facebook. I've already mentioned that. Ukraine, Spain, USA, India, etc. went through a political upheaval for several reasons. Hurricane Katrina took a toll in the Indian Ocean. There were earthquakes, tsunami, and there were a lot of tragedies also. Now, if we only talk about India, we just remain till Bharat. Then Virappan was killed. Kanchi Shankaracharya went to jail. There was violence in Jammu and Kashmir and northeast of India. The best bakery case, and we encountered a tsunami as well. There was an expansion of political and government structure, by whichever means. I don't want to get into all that. There was a dramatic change in the leadership, unexpected people rising to power. There was a positive change in the economy as Rahu exited from Taurus and allowed the market to grow. There was significant confusion in the legal system because Ketu was in Libra and Ketu is going to be in Libra again. So there was a confusion in the legal system in India. Several natural disasters as having elements of air, water, earth were all against us. So you can see accidents in the air. There could be something with water and air, and we know what disaster can be caused by these. See, we should also understand that the transit of Rahu and Ketu, in 90% cases, it brings up a very dramatic change in your life. New opportunities opened up for you. It all depends upon the fruits of your karma, or your, I would say, past karmas will come for resolution. You will see some alien activities now growing up. Rahu in Aries, which is a natural first house of the zodiac belt, you will see people with physical, it talks about physical ability, confidence, movement, innovations, explorations, and Rahu's endless desire, you will see or you will experience it. So there are going to be some new inventions, innovations that will come in front of us. Rahu, this is very important. Please understand this now. Rahu will be aspected or looked by Saturn from the 29th of April. Please mark this date. 29th of April to the 12th of July 2022, and again from 17th of January 2023 to November 2023. This is also going to be where Saturn and Rahu's aspect is there. So Saturn is, what could be the outcome? See, this will be especially very traumatic time. This combination is also called as Shapit Dosha, which is very typical, which gives you very typical results. Rahu will also go into conjunction with Jupiter from 22nd of April, not this year, next year, 22nd of April to 29th November 2023. So I'm talking about the next year also. This is known as a Guru Chandal Yoga, which will be operational and it will give you a very typical results. Mars also would be aspecting Rahu from time to time. So all this 2022 and 23, you see that Mars is again and again, time and again, it's aspecting Rahu, it's aspecting Ketu. Now Ketu in Libra is a natural 7th house, which represents balance, equitable relationships, marriages, law and legal system, legal issues, bargainings, partnership, gain through business, because 7th house is also business. Now this house being affected by Rahu's presence, many people will see that they are disinterested, and yet his Ketu's typical deep philosophical tilt would be seen in this. Libra is composed of 3 nakshatra, Chitra, Swati and Vishakha. This nakshatra also will play a role. Jupiter is going to aspect Ketu from 22nd April to 29th of November 2023, again next year. This is going to be a favorable time for spiritual aspirants, but to gain spirituality, there would be some pain because you have to detach yourself from the material world. In all this, we will experience eclipses also, where Sun and Moon are going to be together with Rahu and Ketu. Obviously, that is why we have got eclipses. Now, the eclipse energies will be active during April and May, then again in October and November in 2022. And this is going to be a triggering point where we have to pay for our pending karmas on several levels. The time when Rahu will be in Ashwini and Ketu will be in Swati Nakshatra, this is going to be exceptional in some way. If Rahu and Ketu are well placed or they are favorable in your own horoscope, your own chart, they will grant you some very significant progress in life. But if they are posted in a negative way, then results would be that make sure or ensure that the karmas are balanced in whatever possible way you can. Now, summing up or coming to an end, I will give you a general interpretation of the transit that would bring about some events in your life or our life or around the world. Selfishness, aggressiveness will increase. There will be furious fight over very trivial issues. Religious, fanatism and racism will increase. There would be breakdown of relationship, loss of pleasure on an interpersonal relationship. This is, yes, not a very good time to create new relationship, and careless and your stupid behavior can break the existing relationship as well. Misuse of drugs, and there would be a lot of people undergoing hallucinations. Corruption and crime will increase, especially because Ketu is in the sign of Libra, which is again ruled by Venus, and that represents women. So you will see that crime against women would be growing. A very genuine spirituality will increase for some of us, but the path will be very difficult. You will have to go through material pains. And I've always said, spiritual growth is not an easy path to follow. You can expect forest fires followed by cyclones, excessive rain, very, very severe and cold winter, as the seasons are going to be extreme. Flooding could also be a cause of disasters now. Earthquakes and volcanoes are also possible in this time. For our nation, we would say cyclones are going to be very imminent, especially at the coastal areas, and so we should be prepared for that. War situation will be active. Internal civil unrest also is possible. Some activities could be at the borders. Every nation will think only for itself. So selfishness is there, I told you in the beginning. And they will try to damage other nation or other nation's interest. Some act of terrorism, explosion, bombing also would be there. Not that terrorism has not been there, it is always there, but it will increase, I would say. Those nations who have misused the global financial network will face the repercussion now, as their economy will slow down. And you know, I'm talking about the superpower also. Whenever Saturn is in conjunction with Mars or aspects Mars or has got any relationship with Mars, or when Saturn and Mars aspects Rahu and Ketu, we have always seen, and you will again see, that there is going to be increase in turmoil at a global and local level. Fire related accidents will be more. Whenever Jupiter will have an aspect on Rahu or Ketu, we can expect positive increase in the economy. Especially the cryptocurrency and gold trading. I'm talking about gold trading. You will see a rise. Spirituality will increase many folds as people will try to make sense of what is happening around them. So you will get that wisdom. Now, I wish to give you predictions on each and every Lagna, each and every moon sign as well, but not in this video. So you can say this video is part 1. So in my part 2 video, this transit of Rahu and Ketu, we'll see how it's going to affect your each Lagna or each moon sign. Thank you so much for watching this video, and once again it's a request. Many comments come and they tell me, okay, this prediction went wrong, that prediction went wrong. We are just doing our best, what we can. And if predictions goes wrong, I've always said I am happy, because nobody wants to see all these predictions going right. But this is what we with best of our knowledge, whatever best we can, we are trying to put it in front of you. If it doesn't happen, it's all the more good. You don't have to cry about it. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you did like this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell icon as well. Thank you.